The wait is finally over. After years of anticipation, the 2026 FIFA World Cup officially began at the legendary Estadio Azteca in Mexico City. The tournament's opening match delivered everything FIFA could have hoped for. A packed stadium, emotional ceremonies, dramatic goals, controversy, history, and moments that immediately set the tone for the biggest World Cup ever staged. Mexico defeated South Africa 2-0 in front of more than 80 fans, but the scoreline tells only part of the story. The match produced several historic moments that will be remembered long after the final whistles of the tournament. Here are the 5 biggest highlights from the opening game of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. 1. Estadio Azteca makes World Cup history again. Long before a ball was kicked, history was already being made. The iconic Azteca became the first stadium in football history to host World Cup matches across 3 different tournaments: 1970, 1986, and now 2026. The atmosphere inside the stadium was electric as Mexican supporters transformed the venue into a sea of green, white, and red. The opening ceremony featured international stars and celebrated Mexican culture, creating a spectacle worthy of football's biggest competition. For many fans, the scenes inside Azteca felt like a reminder of why the World Cup remains the most powerful event in sport. Every anthem, every cheer, and every chant carried the weight of history. The tournament could not have asked for a better setting to begin. 2. Julián Quiñones scores the first goal of the 2026 World Cup. Every World Cup has a player whose name enters the history books forever by scoring the tournament's first goal. This time, that honor belongs to Julián Quiñones. Just 9 minutes into the match, South Africa made a costly defensive mistake. Quiñones reacted quickest, pounced on the opportunity, and finished to send the stadium into absolute chaos. Tens of thousands of Mexican fans erupted as the striker became the first goal scorer of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. The goal immediately shifted momentum toward Mexico and forced South Africa to abandon their cautious approach. From that moment onward, Mexico looked increasingly confident while South Africa struggled to recover. 3. A record-breaking 3 red cards. Shocked the world? No one expected the opening match to become one of the most chaotic World Cup games in recent memory. The encounter gradually turned physical before exploding into controversy during the second half. South Africa's Sfefelo Sithole received a red card, followed later by Captain Themba Zwane. Mexico's Cesar Montes was then sent off during stoppage time. The result? 3 red cards in a single World Cup opener. A record-breaking disciplinary statistic that immediately became one of the biggest talking points worldwide. Reports described it as the first opening match in tournament history to feature 3 dismissals. The dismissals transformed the game and effectively ended any realistic hopes South Africa had of staging a comeback. 4. Raúl Jiménez delivers the emotional moment of the night. Mexico's second goal wasn't just important. It was emotional. Veteran striker Raúl Jiménez rose above the South African defense and powered home a header in the 67th minute to double Mexico's advantage. The goal was his first ever at a FIFA World Cup and represented another remarkable chapter in one of football's most inspiring comeback stories. After suffering a career-threatening head injury years earlier, many doubted whether Jiménez would ever return to the highest level. Yet there he was, scoring on football's grandest stage. Television cameras captured the striker, fighting back tears as he celebrated with teammates and supporters. It was one of those moments that reminded viewers that football is about more than tactics and results. Sometimes it is about resilience. 5. Mexico, finally, breaks its opening match curse. Perhaps the most significant outcome of the evening was what the victory represented for Mexican football. For decades, Mexico had struggled in World Cup opening matches. Despite regularly qualifying and often performing well during tournaments, victories in opening games had been surprisingly difficult to achieve. The 2-0 triumph over South Africa finally ended an unwanted trend and handed Mexico the perfect start to its home World Cup campaign. The win immediately places Mexico in a strong position in Group A and sends a clear message to the rest of the tournament. The hosts intend to be more than just participants. With momentum, home support, and growing confidence behind them, Mexico suddenly looks like a team capable of making a deep run. Conclusion: the first match of the 2026 World Cup delivered everything football fans could want. There was history, drama, goals, controversy, emotion, and a passionate atmosphere that reminded the world why the World Cup is unlike any other sporting event. Mexico's 2-0 victory over South Africa may only be the first game of a 104-match tournament, but it has already produced moments that will be remembered for years. From Quiñones scoring the tournament's first goal to the unprecedented 3 red cards and Jimenez's emotional strike, the opening night at Azteca ensured that the 2026 FIFA World Cup began with a bang. And if this opener is any indication, football fans are in for an unforgettable month.